Hello Libra, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of December 10 through 23, 2024. This is a reading if you're Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising, or have another significant Libra placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. You can see a link in the description box below to my services, including whether or not if you want to book readings with me, energy healing, spiritual coaching services, astrology. You can see everything that I do at my website, which is mentioned below. And also maybe you want to follow me on Instagram at transition.life.coaching. I do a daily live stream where I also do a daily tarot reading, and periodically I will upload those to YouTube. I'm a bit behind on, I got to load all of December so far. I have all of them, I just haven't uploaded them yet. So yeah, so if you're interested in any of that, that's all written in the description below. Let's just jump right into your reading for this 2-week period of time. We are definitely, okay, you are going to be moving out of Mercury retrograde. And we will be moving into, and then we are going to have a full moon in Gemini coming up this week. That's going to come up on the 15th as well. We've had a lot of big moves lately. Venus has moved into Aquarius, where it has been in conjunct Pluto, which could be bringing up a lot of issues around love, but also I feel like this has been bringing up a lot of issues around the feminine with a capital F for a lot of people. And we've also, we have Neptune has gone direct, Mars is now retrograde, and will be retrograde until late February. And so this may be, I feel like we may be having our emotions and our relationships may be very tested this month. And interestingly, yeah, because I am seeing something for you here in the House of Friendship right off, where we've got the Seth card here. Now, Seth does not have to be about friendships. 11th house is the house of Aquarius. So this, you may be feeling that Venus and Aquarius, Venus conjunct Pluto kind of challenge. And so this could be about something with a friendship or somebody in your social network where something comes to a head. It can also have to do potentially with what you're trying to accomplish, your hopes and wishes. There could be some roadblocks here. Although you have the Lotus card here. So Lotus is saying not to worry about it. There's definitely a need for calming the mind. I have a feeling it's just going to be, there's going to be people who get on your nerves, whether these are people on your social media or whether these are just our friends. You know, this is the one thing that it's telling you to watch out for. You do have this with the Six of Wands here. So I do think that you will be successful in doing the right thing. There's definitely a sense of victory, a sense of leadership. People may be looking to you for certain things, but, you know, or so I don't know. It could be that maybe people are making a lot of demands on you right now because they feel you're the person. And this may be making you feel a little irritable, but it's saying not to worry about it. You know, there's a sense of just needing to calm the mind about certain things. If I look at your 12th house of Pisces, yeah, we have the Prince of Wands with the Pyramid. So if this isn't the ultimate combination for I feel tested right now and I want to hurry up and get on with things. Prince of Wands energy is this is the same as the Knight of Wands in traditional decks, and this is yeah, it's really interesting because this is, I was literally talking about it on the live stream this morning. This can be the way that the Mars energy is affecting us, is that we know we have things we have to do and we kind of want to get it over with. Okay, we want to, you know, it's like, you know, come on, you know, let's get on with it already. All right, if I have to do this, let's just clean up. And you may feel that things are not moving fast enough, or that you want to be able, that may be also part of this Seth in the 11th house. You want to do things and you're like, gosh darn it, I can't get there at this point. And Pyramid is definitely a card of being tested, but also things that take time. So yeah, I have a feeling that this is definitely slowing down certain things that you want to do right now. And but just, you know, and maybe you're trying to consciously put a good face on it with the Six of Wands. But I think that you are, you know, that you're probably, you know, frustrated, you know, deep down inside about things. And but that said, yeah, because obviously in your first house of your personality, your Aries energy, you have King of Wands. You're like, I can do this. I've got it together. You know, this is a card of ambitions fulfilled. You know, feeling like, you know, the King of Wands is somebody who's determined to do things and to get it done the way they want to get it done. We do have winged disc, so this is very strong, successful, can-do energy. You know, being able to overcome obstacles. It's definitely the face you're presenting. Unconsciously, though, and in terms of how that's playing out in the world and social interactions, you may be feeling a bit frustrated about things. But you're presenting a good face to people for sure. Which, you know, I mean, sometimes they say that's half the battle, right? Now, if we look at your money situation, okay, so we have the death card here. There seems to be some kind of a change. For some of you, this could mean a loss of job. And I'm not, and by the way, again, if you have not lost your job and your job seems perfectly stable, then you don't need to worry that that's what it means. If not, it could just be some kind of a change to your financial situation. Maybe some source of income that was there that's not there anymore, or maybe it's just changed in some way. Maybe there's going to be less money when that you had to support something. And yet we have Sirius here, so there's definitely a need. I feel like there's going to be a need to kind of there's a level of endurance here. Like, okay, I may have to scramble a little bit. I may have to work a little harder at something or I may have to think outside the box in terms of how I'm going to deal with this. This is also Aquarius energy. So it's interesting how that seems to be affecting you. Again, this could be part of the reason that you're feeling frustrated. Like, okay, I want to move ahead and do things. And obviously when we have all the money in the world, it's perfectly fine. We're like, yeah, that's great. Just need, want to do something, just make a phone call, make a click, done and dusted, right? But when there's other financial issues to be considered or recent changes, then we might have to think outside the box, or it may be just that we have to go through a bit more of a process to get to where we want to be when Sirius shows up. Sirius is not a negative card. It's just a card of having strength, or having the strength to endure something or to get through something. Or again, like sometimes they call it, necessity is the mother of invention. Sometimes when we are in a spot, we are able to think of a new way to do things as a result. Yeah, and this is funny. In your communications, you have the 5 of Wands. Okay, yeah. There's people who either are looking to pick a fight, they may be competitive, they may be passive aggressive, or they may just be people who are distracting you. And you're trying to maintain this stability. Again, this is really interesting because you have the 6 of Wands here and you have Osiris here. So there's definitely the sense that in some way you are considered to be grounded, stable, secure, a leader. I mean, with the King of Wands and the Sun card, the Wingdis card in the first house, I mean, people definitely see you as a bright light that they look to, but there may also be people who you feel are either picking you apart, trying to take you down, or you may feel that they are, I don't know, trying to be competitive in some way. It's like, oh yeah, you can do it, I can do it better than you, or you feel like it's these little drains on your energy. 5 of Wands is never a serious thing. It can be just a playful kind of a thing in the way that people just kind of, I don't know, the way people can get competitive, but it feels more like a game and not so much like something serious. But at the same time, I feel like this can be very, very irritating, especially during a Mars retrograde period. Now, looking in the household area, the home and family area, this can have to do with the mother, so this can have to do with your family in terms of the one you were born into. If you are married, this could be the family that you are, this could be the in-laws, or this could be your, people's children or whatever. But there is a mother energy here. We do have Hathor. There does seem to be the desire here for, for something cozy, for something to feel at home, okay? Or the mother could be the focus of something. And I'm not sure, like I said, I don't know if this is a desire for coziness, if this is what you're working on, or if you're working on cleaning up, clearing out. And this could be literally doing so, like literally cleaning your house out, or this could be just trying to clean up family ties and situations, maybe breaking connections that you don't feel are worthwhile, or trying to repair certain things. But you have it with the King of Swords, okay? And the King of Swords is, this is a very non-emotional kind of a card. It's kind of done and dusted. King of Swords is very decisive, but also very clinical and very cold. Like this is not an emotional card. This is a very, very intellectual, analytical kind of card. So it could be that you are making decisions about things, and you may be doing them without emotion. Like if you are cleaning out, you may be cleaning out without respect to nostalgia, or oh, I remember this. Like you may just be like, yep, whatever, gotta go, too bad. It's that. I feel like it's that kind of energy. And it could be that some of you are preparing for a move. That's entirely possible. Or it's just that you're feeling like, if you feel like you're oppressed in some way, if you feel like there's a lot of clutter in your life and there's things that you want to do, King of Swords here may just be like, you're feeling like, okay, I've just got to do things, and I need to remove attachments that may just be just because, this was a family thing, or this was that. Sometimes we can get attached to things, or things from childhood, and that we might just finally say, okay, no, we want to, this is going to be a different kind of security that we're creating. And again, for some of you, this could specifically relate to the mother, but I don't necessarily want to interpret it more generally that way. You can decide if that resonates. Now, if I look at your area of health and of job, Virgo energy, basically. Okay, you've got Sphinx with the Devil. Okay, so Sphinx indicates secrecy. This may be a situation where you are waiting and seeing. Like, now, sometimes Sphinx has to do with people, I don't want to say talking behind your back, but, but where there's something that you're not being told. Sometimes that comes up with Sphinx, and you can decide if that resonates. But the fact that I'm seeing it with the Devil suggests an attachment to me. So the way I really read this as, well, I need to make a change here, but for right now, I'm going to wait and see. And we may have all kinds of reasons why we feel we have to wait and see. But the Devil card says the reason that we are waiting and seeing is not necessarily because we have a million reasons why, but the Devil may just be that we're just kind of attached to the situation. Even if we don't like a situation, sometimes we still have an attachment to it. So it may be that you're, I think, this is almost, for some people, this could be like, well, I'm just making the excuse right now. And I mean, to be fair, I mean, this is not always the best time of year to have to make those kind of changes, but this is saying there's a sense of I'm attached, even if I'm not happy, I'm attached to something. In the health house too, the Devil sometimes has to do with addictions. So I don't know, it doesn't have to be an addiction to alcohol. It can be, or drugs. I mean, it can be addiction to food. It can be addiction to certain things. But I don't know, but there's definitely a strong sense of passivity, hanging back, maybe not reaching out, or maybe just wanting to be in a posture of waiting when it comes to something that maybe you're concerned about because there may be some aspect of it that you're attached to. So again, take it as it resonates. If I look at your 10th house of career, you have the Ankh card. So yeah, again, there's this sense with Ankh. Now, Ankh can mean working in professions that are related to love, okay? But oftentimes Ankh comes up when we are being pushed towards the thing that we do love. And so we may be pushed towards, this is a strong card, area of community. It's Capricorn energy, but it's our legacy. It's the talent or the thing that we have that we are giving back. And so this is telling you to look where your heart is. You have it with the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is a card that is about, it's about new financial beginnings, really. So I don't know, maybe and that's why they're saying there's an ending and a beginning here. Because maybe you're deciding to make a career change or a career move towards doing something that you actually love, okay? Or deciding what it is that you actually love. Though seeing the Devil here, I'm not sure that this is a decision that you've made yet, but I feel like this is a direction you're going, or maybe you're going to have the opportunity to go in. So I would feel like you don't want to miss an opportunity here. But yeah, it could be, I don't know, it may be that you want things to happen in a certain way, and this may, and you may be frustrated because right now it's not going that way, or maybe money is a very high consideration right now, and maybe the change you're forecasting maybe doesn't feel as stable financially, or yeah, because there's this idea of working out, what's the phrase I'm looking for here? Thinking outside the box, or doing something that maybe doesn't represent a steady paycheck, but maybe represents some kind of financial risk. So yeah. So again, and you may be getting pushback with people. Let's just say you're thinking of starting your own business. These could be the people going, oh, but if you do that, this will happen and that will happen, and or you feel like you have too much competition or something. I mean, all of that's possible here. Now it's interesting. In your house of transformation, which is the 8th house, okay, you're getting a strong message about an ending here. Okay, we've got the 10 of Swords with the Air card, and air brings messages, often messages from spirit. But if you're not somebody who's particularly into messages from spirit, then certainly this is something in your own consciousness. We'll call it your inner self. Some people would call it the higher self. I don't know if I like the term higher. I don't like hierarchical terms, but that aspect of you, that unconsciously, that little voice that tells you really what the right direction is to go, and it's based not just on the facts, but also on intuition, or things that maybe you're not looking at or recognizing. So it is kind of telling you that there's this little message coming in that something has come to an end, okay? And the fact that I'm seeing it here, okay, this is also the house of joint finance, and this is personal finance. So it does seem to be saying to you that, look, something here connected to your money is done, okay? And there needs to be an acceptance that it's done. So that would, again, just because both of these houses deal with finance, and you've got death in one and 10 of Swords in the other, I mean, that suggests to me that there's some kind of an ending, and it may be connected to finance or financial security. okay? But there does seem like there's going to be messages about that. And really, air is saying, again, and that's interesting, there may be a family connection to this, because the fact that you have the King of Swords down here, there seems to be a need for an emotional detachment. That's what air is saying. Like, you need to look at something, you need to detach yourself from a situation that may be around family, maybe around job, maybe around money. All these things are possible, but you need to do it with that, you know, Ten of Swords is when it's just dead. I mean, there's usually a relief to this card, because it's like something that's been tormenting you is just finally done. Something that's been taking up a lot of your brain space is finally done. And there's a need to detach as well. So it does seem like you are moving and changing, and you are at a point of something ending. And that is in the house of endings and beginnings. But whatever it is, it does seem to be pushing you more towards whatever, I'm going to call it your life purpose. I don't know that we all have purposes in life. Again, I'm not necessarily somebody who thinks we're all here with a destiny and a mission. I mean, maybe you are. Maybe some people think that they are. Maybe some people do. I mean, but whatever it is, there's definitely a sense of moving towards where the heart is leading you. Okay. Ninth house. This is Sagittarius energy. And Sag has to do with how you're expanding your horizons. Yeah, and it's interesting. You've got this Nine of Wands energy. Like, you are fed up with something. Now, okay, let me explain what the ninth house is about. It's not only about long distance travel, but it's also about higher education, and it's also about spirituality. So if you belong to, say, a church or a coven or I don't know, some group that practices spiritually, maybe you're fed up with them. Maybe you feel like the same crap's been going on over and over again, and you're ready to go on. Oh, and I'm getting something in my right ear. That may be true for somebody there. It could have to do with higher ed. You could be fed up with school. If you work at a school, you could be fed up with working at school. You could be, there just feels like there's something, it's like, okay, here we go again, right? Like there's an element of here we go again. Now we have it with Thoth. So Thoth is interesting because it's a card of divine timing. It's also a card of healing, and you know, there's a strong karmic element. So I feel like something you've been going around and around with, there may be a karmic tie here, or a karmic connection as to why this keeps coming up for you. But I feel like there's a push for you. Again, there's this push for you to expand your horizons, Libra. And, you know, maybe it's, there's something about it where you're just, you know, because Thoth can be about academics. Thoth can be about what's medical, can have to do with law. I mean, Thoth covers all these things. He's also the scribe of the gods, so this can also be about usually academic writing and publishing and things like that, if that happens to apply to you. But there's definitely, but I think more fundamentally and more generally, Thoth has to do with divine timing and things happening at their proper time. So there's a strong Saturn element to that as well, because, you know, it has to do with things happening. And that also gets into what we said over here about the frustration of things not happening in the way we want, in the time frame that we want. So it could just be something where you're just kind of hanging in there. You're like, you're pushing through to the end. Like, you know, there's something that you feel you have to finish, but there's definitely a sense that whatever this is, it's going to be finished. And again, for some of you, this could have to do with school. This could have to do with a spiritual path. This could have to do with work or money or family, like work, money, family kind of connection. All seems to be very possible here. Now, let's look at love life. Now, if you're already in a relationship, you know, this aspect of it may not apply to you. This is more for people who are single. We have Nephthys with the Nine of Pentacles. So there could be somebody right now who you are in either, okay, this could be you. And I feel like if this is you saying, yeah, I'm not ready for a relationship. I enjoy being single. Okay. Or you may be dealing with somebody who feels that way. If we are talking about something that's creative, then Nephthys seems to indicate, again, there's this energy of something that's hidden or something that has not happened yet. Maybe there's something that you've done or put out creatively. Or this could be connected to a child as well, or maybe a sister's child for some of you, because Nephthys does have to do with sisters sometimes. But maybe something that you're waiting to bear financial fruit, but it's not there yet. I mean, that's the other meaning of this house. This is Leo energy, and Leo has to do with how we are recognized, our creative work, what we do, what we're recognized for in the world, but also has to do with love affairs and with children, which is why I mention all of those as possibilities for this house. Now, if I look at your seventh house of partnership, Libra, your own energy, okay, we have Horus with the King of Cups. So that's interesting. So for some of you, this could be somebody who is a, you know, there could be love for some people, possibly the love of somebody who's very visible, because Horus has this energy of somebody who's recognized. Again, there's this idea of recognition, or somebody who is a creative person in some way. The other possibility with Horus is that this might have to do with healing. So if you're looking for love, it does seem like there's a creative person out there, or somebody who may be recognized for something that they do, who does have love for you, but they may not be ready at the moment. They may still be either they're still happy being single right now, or they may just they may just be trying to get more stable financially as well. Because some people, I think if they feel like oftentimes when we don't feel like we have enough money, that can take precedence over looking for a relationship. I know some people try to get into relationships to try to alleviate financial difficulties, but that doesn't always, I feel more like this is somebody maybe who's used to being single, not quite ready for love yet, but it does seem like if there's somebody you have in mind, that this is the type of person who's going to be coming along. And if that's this person, then I think this is a case of, okay, this is not happening yet, but this does seem like it is going to happen eventually. And I'm hearing that the number 3 might actually be a relevant number here. So 3 days, well, maybe not 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, maybe there's going to be something or some kind of a sign. Now, if you're already in a relationship, this definitely suggests King of Cups. Well, it's interesting because King of Cups often has to do with control of the emotions, but it tends to have to do with the appropriate use of emotions. So it does feel like how you have a partner, or you have a partner who may, have their emotions in check, or may just be very, expressing them appropriately. I guess that's the way I'll put it. And Horus is definitely a very good card for relationship harmony and things like that as well. Sometimes family things come up with Horus, but generally speaking, I feel like there's harmony. Some of you, actually, what I'm hearing in my head is, for some of you, this could literally mean that you may have to control your own emotions in the face of somebody's family. But I think more positively, this is about having something that Horus is very strong Leo energy. It's about happiness. It's about being recognized. It's about being seen for you and for what you're doing, and the appropriate kind of emotional response too. So that actually looks quite good. So if you're in a relationship, then that sounds really good. If you're not, and you're looking for love, there's somebody they're not quite there yet. They're not used to, I have a feeling it's somebody who's very independent and maybe not used to it. They're a fire sign. Fire signs tend to be very independent. So take that as it resonates there. But overall, okay, you've got twins energy, which we often associate with Gemini, but you could, in theory, apply it to Libra in the sense that, there's the scales, there's the two-ness of it, right? So right now, things may be defined in terms of either somebody else in your life, or your interactions right now might be taking center stage with others. And you have it with the Chariot. So again, there's this idea of leadership, control of what you're doing, and maybe even movement or travel. Chariot often comes up when we are on the move, when we are going to be doing something else. But this is definitely this idea of taking control of things, but the Two of Swords also fell out. So this is going to require you to make some decisions. And I do feel like that kind of gets the essence of this, because I feel like the essence of this reading is that you are, like you're making you're trying to make decisions about where you're going. There may be some things that are holding you back right now, and a lot of it just might be a reluctance to change certain things. There could be some stuff, and there does seem like there's some big changes around, either connected to family or to money. There does seem to be some friendships or some interactions where maybe you're feeling a bit oppressed, or maybe people are relying a bit too much on you right now. But ultimately, I does feel like you are in control, or going to take control of things. But there may be some decisions ahead that you have to make. So let's just see. I'm using the Archangel Oracle, Fire Oracle today. This is a little bit of a different deck for me, and I'm going to end up reading from the book. And Libra, your card is Archangel Sachiel, okay? And the meaning of this card is, I'm just going to read you the general, not going to read the whole thing. The general message is, true wealth lies within. It's time to place more value on yourself so you can feel generous. You can be generous without feeling drained. And that's interesting because, there's this idea of sharing what constitutes value for you. That is definitely coming up. So I feel like a lot of people are being pushed more towards a path where maybe it's not all about finances and how much money you make, and maybe more towards what's authentic to your heart. And a lot of times what's authentic to our heart may be more creative kind of things, where people say, oh, well, that doesn't make any money, don't waste your time on that, right? Or, oh, it's not a steady job, or, oh, it's not going to guarantee this or that. I think collectively we are being steered away from that kind of thinking, because who you are authentically is important here. You don't want to let machines do all your humanness for you. I mean, you want to express who you are and be who you are and do the kind of work that allows you to, the phrase I'm hearing in my head is to sing your song, whatever that means for you. It doesn't have to be literally singing, thankfully, at least on my own, speaking for myself. But in any case, I hope this reading was helpful to you, Libra. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about future videos. Like I said, hope you have a great December, and we'll see you in the next one.